Hello viewers, and welcome to another edition of F1 Talk, and in this edition I will quickly go over my previews, thoughts for the Bahrain Grand Prix that takes place this weekend. Now, first things first, it shouldn't be taking place at all. There is political unrest in the country, and quite frankly Formula One is going there. Now, the reasons that the country are happy to put the race on, the circuit owners are happy to put the race on, is because they want to show that Bahrain has sort of grown out of the troubles it's been having these past, say, 2 years or so. And quite frankly, the other reason for the race going ahead is because Bernie Ecclestone wants it to go ahead. There's no two ways about it. Ecclestone is obviously getting a heck of a lot of money from the Bahrain circuit owners. It's not an ideal situation, especially politically. News yesterday reached us that petrol bombs were thrown at Force India personnel, and those particular personnel have asked to go home. Now, if that's not a clear enough message to say F1 get out, then I don't know what is. As I said in my previous video, Bahrain must have a contract with Ecclestone, and maybe there's a get out clause if they don't host the race 2 years in succession. As I speak, practice is going on, and obviously news of that practice and qualifying and everything will be, the main news won't be who's topped the session. Main news won't be pole. It'll be, can the 24 cars get around the track and do what they need to do, before anything bad happens. That's basically what I'm concerned about. The race itself isn't a spectacular one. This is the first time we've headed to Bahrain with DRS, so there's two rather long straights really that DRS should be used on. As far as I know, we're going back to the old track configuration, the one before 2010's Bore Fest, and quite frankly anything's better than that Grand Prix. But what I will say is, there's still time for it to be cancelled. That's the thing. I'm giving you this preview 2 days before the race should take place, and judging by the utter dominance really of the Mercedes in both qualifying and the race at China, I can't see anything other than a Rosberg pole and win, really, because of the fact that, like Mika Hakkinen when he won his first race at Jerez in '97, it opened floodgates for confidence and momentum, and there was no one that had any more momentum in '98 than Mika Hakkinen in the McLaren. Now, will that be exactly the same for Nico Rosberg? I think it actually might be. His confidence must be the highest of all 24 drivers. I mean, obviously you're not going to be confident if you drive in a Marussia of an HRT or a Caterham at the moment, but if you're driving anything that's got a Mercedes engine apart from a Force India, then you will be confident. The McLarens look good, both figuratively and on the track. The Mercedes, they look like they're the car to beat at the moment. So we've had 3 races, 3 different winners. One was in the rain, fair play to Ferrari and Alonso there, but you have to say that Mercedes, with this frozen F-duct rear wing system they've got, that's going to be the trend to beat. And Red Bull Red Bull look okay, but Vettel keeps switching cars, and that gives me the impression that he's unsettled. And as far as last year is concerned, it's a good job that he's unsettled. It's given us more unpredictable racing. McLaren will be looking to correct mistakes. Lewis Hamilton will be looking for another solid points finish, if not the win this weekend. He has stated that he's going for consistent points, and that's why he's currently top of the drivers' table. Consistent points is actually what gets you the championship. It's not race wins, and it's a good job that Bernie Ecclestone's plan for most wins wins the title has been abolished, or at least it has so far, because the day that happens, then F1 may as well just give up. But as for this weekend, we've got the Bahrain Grand Prix. It shouldn't be happening for obvious reasons, but it is for even probably more obvious reasons. I apologise about the seagull. And to be honest with you, the sooner this Grand Prix weekend's over, the better for Formula 1 as a whole. And maybe it will show solidarity in the country of Bahrain, but I can't see it happening. This could very well be the last Bahrain Grand Prix, depending on what happens over this weekend, the 3 days. Obviously, I want all the drivers to be safe. Formula 1 is my sport. But I have to be honest with you and say that, you know, as soon as everything's finished, get the heck out of there, get to Spain, start setting up there, and just, you know, we're coming up. We're actually coming up as well for the European season. We're also coming up for the test session, the third and final test session of the season, sort of like the so-called early season test. I'm fairly positive this is the last testing session for all the teams, badly needed for a number of teams, Red Bull specifically, the 3 newer teams definitely. But after the Grand Prix, obviously, I'll give you my thoughts and reviews about it, and hopefully I'll see you next time.